To be in alignment with spirit, we have to be in alignment with the present moment. That is a message I got a couple weeks ago on my last day being 21. I asked Spirit how to be in more alignment and more connection with the divine, and that's the message that I received. Now, I felt a bit of resistance at first because I really struggle to be present, but when I sat with it, it makes a lot of sense that to be in alignment with Spirit, we have to be in alignment with where we're at right now because God intended us to be here. We would not be here right now unless Spirit intended us to be here. And a part of being in alignment with Spirit is accepting where Spirit has placed us. Now, that's easier said than done with our minds always preoccupied on everything other than the present moment. We're always thinking about the past or the future, and we don't very often make time to be in the now. And many of us have this psychological need to find fulfillment in the future and to find a sense of identity in our past. And for me, I'm a dweller. I'm always stuck in the past. I'm always reliving things that have already gone, things that don't exist anymore. And you know what happened by me living in the past all the time? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. My life did not change at all because I was living in a moment that didn't exist anymore. I was living in a moment that had already gone because now is the only moment that truly exists. And people say that so often, it's almost like a cliche. It's easy in theory to get, but to actually live it is a whole other story because it's really hard to be present in a life like this one, where our mind is programmed to always think about the past and to always be worrying about the future. It's really hard to be present. It's really hard to be in the now. And it's, for me, a cliche when people say, let's be present, be in the moment, blah, blah, blah. I've never really resonated with it. But when I got this message a couple weeks ago that to be in alignment with Spirit, you have to be in alignment with the present moment, something just clicked because I realized thinking about the past and living in my past all the time, I wasn't in alignment with Spirit because Spirit didn't want me to be there anymore. It wanted me to be there in that moment, but it had moved me into this moment. And if God, if Spirit, if the universe wanted me there, I'd be there right now, but I'm not anymore. Spirit has put me here now. And I have to accept that the journey keeps unfolding and your path keeps on moving forward, and where I'm at right now might be not where I expected to be right now, but I feel like I'm here for a reason, and maybe there is something to learn here, and maybe my soul has chosen to be in this place. Maybe it's already signed up for this, and maybe my soul has something to pick up in this moment, in these encounters that are happening in my life right now. Maybe this is exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I really, really trust that. And trusting that this is exactly where I'm supposed to be has probably been one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, is to just trust. Trust is really hard when we don't know what's going to happen, when we don't know why things have happened in the past, when we don't know how our future is going to come in. It's really hard to just sit and trust and surrender. But it's one of the most amazing things you can do is just surrender and to find contentment with where you're at and to have that belief that the divine has a plan for you. There are moments in my life where I had literally nothing else to believe in other than the fact that the divine had a plan for me. Nothing was making sense. Everything was falling apart. I had no idea why anything was happening, but I just kept telling myself that the divine has a plan for me, and I have no idea what that plan is, but I trust that this higher power, that the universe, divine, spirit, source has my back right now, and that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And that has got me through so many hardships in my life. And if you're struggling with the moment that you're in right now, if you're not spiritual, it probably won't help you, but if you are spiritual, believing that the divine has a plan for you, believing that everything is divinely guided and divinely orchestrated, and everything comes in divine timing, not our timing. We have to work in communion with the divine and trust in the divine timing, and sometimes it's longer than we think, sometimes it's taking us in a direction that makes no sense, but it all connects. In the end, it all connects. Trusting and surrendering is one of the best things you can do for yourself because it takes the weight off. It takes the pressure off of having to be somewhere else, be someone else, be doing something else. Just accepting that God has placed me here, Spirit has intended me to be here, and I'm just going to sit here and be. I'm just going to sit here and be in the now and accept this moment, and maybe something's going to come in. Maybe I'm here to learn something. Maybe this is all destined and fated and meant to be. And it's so nice to know that the universe has our backs when times in my life when I felt alone and I felt no people around me. It's been so nice to feel that the divine had a plan for me and that the divine was helping direct my life. Now, we're not putting all our power in the divine and in the universe. We create our reality, but we are co-creating with Spirit. And when we're aligned with the present moment, when we're fully present, Spirit rewards us. And it gives us the opportunities and the blessings that it's intending to give us in this moment. When we're not resisting and struggling and fighting against it and wanting to be in the past and wanting to have something back or wanting to be somewhere in the future and wanting to reach this thing. We're not in alignment when we're in that mindset of right now, right here is not enough. I want something else, or I want something that's already gone. You're not in alignment with Spirit. And this quote, to be in alignment with Spirit, means you have to be in alignment with the present moment. Has just like, something's just clicked in my head of realizing that now is where our power is. And Spirit is here with us right now. Spirit's not going to meet us later in the future. Spirit's not in the past. It's right here in the moment, waiting for us to be present with it, to show us the magic and to show us the beauty. And there is so much power in the now. I'm reading the book, The Power of Now, and that's why I'm maybe getting all these messages through. But there is so much power in now, because when we can create our reality, we create our reality now. I've been talking a lot in my other videos about quantum leaping and thinking about your dream life and calling it in. And I'm not talking about thinking about the future and always having your awareness in the future. I'm talking about having that energy in your present moment, feeling as if your dream life is here right now, feeling it as if it's already here now. And that's what makes you magnetic. That's what helps bring it in. And there's a lot of energies in the skies right now and beyond, helping us attract and magnetize our dream lives to us. But we do that by being present. And that's one of the things I'm learning now. I'm all into law of attraction, but being present was something that I was missing. Being present allows the energy to come straight to you because Spirit is here in the now. You want to be in alignment with Spirit, you want to be in communication with Spirit, you've got to be present because that's where it is. It's always present. And it helps these opportunities and these blessings come in when we're being present instead of fighting and resisting and trying to be in the past and trying to be in the future, because they don't exist. Those moments don't exist. It's all happening now. And I've found a lot of struggle in my life because I haven't been living in the now, and I've felt a lot of confusion and frustration as to why my life wasn't changing, was because my mind and my awareness was always in the past. And it was always in a moment that didn't exist anymore. So I wasn't able to call anything in. When you're present, you're a magnet and you draw things to you. So if you're in a life experience that you're not happy with right now, change your mindset firstly, because you create your reality, and start thinking about what it is that you want to call in and being present in that feeling now. If you're not feeling good right now, you can always change how you're feeling. And that's where your power is. And that feeling, the feelings that you feel, they're your magnetic energy, your feelings. So if you're feeling good about a future that's coming in, that's going to quicken the pace for you to get to that future. But always trusting and believing that where you're at right now is exactly where God intended you to be, exactly where Spirit intended you to be. And there's nowhere else you should be right now other than where you are. There's no one else you should be other than who you are right now. And there's no rush. And you don't have to be anything or do anything other than what you're called to do in this present moment, because this is the only moment that exists, and this is the important part of life, is being present. So trust in the divine, trust in spirit, and trust in your present moment. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be right now. Trust that your soul has chosen to be here, that spirit is with you right now, and that you would not be here unless God, unless spirit, unless the universe intended you to be here, and sit in that space and just think about that. And that, just thinking about that gives me so much peace, thinking that I'm exactly where I need to be because spirit placed me here, and thinking that the divine has a plan for me, so everything's coming in for me right on time, that I don't have to worry or stress or force or resist anything. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I trust that the divine is directing my life, and I'm co-creating with the divine, and through my trust and through my surrender, I allow my destined life path to keep unfolding for me, and that gives me so much happiness and so much joy, and gives me contentment for this moment. And being content where you are does not mean you're being stuck, does not mean you're not moving. You're just being present with whatever comes to you in this moment, and accepting it, embracing it fully, and not comparing it to the past, not wishing it was something else, not trying to change it or twist it or distort it in any way, just accepting it as it is. And that is where your power lies, and that is how more beauty and more magic can come in when you're in the present. Spirit's in the present too, and spirit will show itself to you through opportunities, through events, through people, through encounters, through synchronicities. This is where it's happening. All right now. It's all here. There's nowhere else you have to be. Forget the past. Stop thinking about it. Take the lessons with you, but move forward. And don't think about the future. Don't worry about it. Leave the future in the hands of the universe. Leave the future in the hands of God. They've got you. All your angels, all your spirit guides have got you. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. I love you.